Kevin gets the biggest names from all the tours on his weekly radio show, and I really mean the biggest names. It is a must listen to anybody who enjoys hearing what goes on behind the scenes in the pro ranks. We're joined by the host of Views from the Rough and a renowned PGA Tour photographer as well, and Kevin Allen. And it is a great pleasure to see you, sir.
This is great.
Couple of things. And I think this is going to be a recurring theme. We talked about it with Mike Wilbon. We're going to talk about it with you, too. Here we are coming into the Ryder Cup all of a sudden. And a guy by the name of Woods made the team again this year, but he had to play his way on. I'm asking everyone who will sit up here and answer, so what about Tiger? What do you think? You actually have pretty good relations with him and Team Tiger. What are you hearing?
I think Tiger's ready to get back to where he needs to be. The weight of the world is off of his shoulders. I think that him withdrawing from the players was an event where he was served with papers. Anxiety took over, the muscles tensed up, and now the weight of the world's off of his shoulders, and he's having fun again. I actually see him having fun and being back to himself in the bantering. He's probably one of the biggest pranksters on tour.
And if we see that, then maybe that's a good indication.
It's all good.
That things are a lot better in the camp. You have a fascinating perspective on on all the tours, not just the PGA Tour, but the LPGA and also even the upper reaches of amateur golf as well, the Champions Tour too. You know a lot of these folks on a very close basis, and that makes it an awful lot easier for them to open up to you. And you don't take advantage of them when you get them behind the mic. This is the kind of conversation that friends have, but it's also the kind of conversation that also brings, I think, real insight into who these people are.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to become friends with a guy named Jim Nance, and he gave me some quick pointers. He said, it's all about your research, it's all about your work that you do to it, no matter if you have that relationship with them personally and you don't expose something personal. I go in and I call college coaches, high school coaches, their wives, while they're doing their presser. I can get that on quick notes and hear what they've had to say or read what they have to say and maybe take a question out of that. But I'm talking to their caddy, their swing coaches, and that's what makes, I think, a super interview, where I'm able to get something a little bit more out of it.
When you talk to people on the tour, and even having that very close relationship, let's be honest, there are people who are a little more guarded, a little more inaccessible. Who's easy to talk to, who's not easy to talk to?
Oh boy, the young guys, they're very they're guarded. They're all into their self a little bit, but guys like a Ricky Fowler, just a great kid. I think a lot of guys, when they open up to you, they've taken the lead from somebody else. And who was lucky enough to have a guy like Freddie Funk and Freddie Couples be my two best buddies out there with their caddies. And that's where I go to get a lot of information. You don't go to the agents, you go to their caddies, the loopers. You take care of the loopers and the loopers will take care of you.
That's a job, boy, and they don't get enough of the credit and I think too much of the blame sometimes when things go wrong. We've talked about part of this man's job. The other is the visual side of things. If we mention the oral, we can't get away from the visual, the photography. This has been going on, what, 16 years now? Is that what you said?
16, 17 years on tour. And then that happened all by accident. And then I fell in love with this great game. I was with the Baltimore Orioles. Baseball went on strike, and I wanted to meet Fred Couples. I loved Ashworth. I loved to dress. And this guy took me in, he embraced me, and it was just a love affair that started. And golf pretty much saved me from me. It saved my life.
We've got a couple of pictures to show. Tell me about what we're looking at.
The first picture we're looking at is a shot of Tiger as an amateur when he won his third U.S. amateur, the classic fist pump.
Maybe the most dramatic of his wins in the amateur.
Yes, he hit that big long putt over Stevie Scott at Pumpkin Ridge, and it kind of got me excited about golf and knew that there was something special in golf that was a lot like baseball. It was a lot of planning. It is all about angles. Golf is all about angles, as it is when you're swinging. You got the wrong angle, you're going to go the wrong way. The second shot, probably one of my two favorite people, Fred Couples and Phil Mickelson, as they reached the green to walk on in Phil's second win at Augusta. It was two buddies playing golf. And they just have that look in their eye and that hug, and you know it's sincere.
And we're going to have to leave it there, but people can check out more online at
www.viewsfromtherough.com. They can hear every show that's been aired, and follow me on Facebook.
And stand by. He's got an interview coming up that I don't believe I have heard anyone else get, and I'm not going to tip it off now. But hang on, because it's really going to be something. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
Great to see you. Up next, we're retreating to the grill room for a discussion of the Ryder Cup picks. And we'll get to that after you check out what's coming up on the CGW calendar.